Welcome to the August 5th, 2024 Advance Report for McGowan Group clients and NetWorthRadio.com listeners. An exciting time to be in Texas, especially an exciting time to be in Dallas. Recently proclaimed the new capital of capital. And that was right after the Dallas Business Journal said that this is Y'all Street. And one of the reasons Texas surpassed New York in the number of financial professionals. Dallas is the second-ranked city in the country next to New York for financial services professionals. The exciting news for Dallas this year, the Texas Stock Exchange, BlackRock, Citadel, and Fortress teamed up, and it was the CEO of Fortress that recently said Dallas can be the new capital of capital. 1 in 10 companies on the New York Stock Exchange based right here in Texas. More companies have moved to Texas in the last 5 years than any other state. Wow. There are 5,000 private equity companies, and a lot of those are going to want to go public. Texas Stock Exchange plans to play a big part of it. And it was actually Charles Schwab that started this revolution. Yes, Dallas has always been home to great registered investment advisors like McGowan Group Wealth Management. And we are a team of 11 serving affluent families as a fiduciary right here from Dallas. Schwab decided to relocate from San Francisco to Westlake, Texas. They made that judgment call in 2019, executed it in 2021, I guess during the extended lockdowns in California. But anyway, they were joined for regional headquarters with Goldman Sachs, Fidelity, and even Wells Fargo. A bright future for Texas, a bright future for Dallas. A celebration. Now, over the last 30 years, Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway has delivered a 33-fold gain. That's an average compounded return of about 12%. It's an election year, and he had a choice quote from 30 years ago that is key for investors. Here we go. We will continue to ignore political and economic forecasts, which are an expensive distraction for many investors and businessmen. 30 years ago, no one could have foreseen the huge expansion, remember this is 1994, huge expansion of the Vietnam War, wage price controls, 2 oil shocks, resignation of a president, dissolution of the Soviet Union, and a one-day drop in the Dow of 500 points. Treasury yields fluctuated between 2.8 and 17.4. Well, that was the first part of the quote. What's he telling you? Surprise, none of these blockbuster events made the slightest dent in Ben Graham's investment principles, nor did they render unsound the negotiated purchases of fine businesses at sensible prices. That's finding great companies and sticking with it. Imagine the cost to us if we had let a fear of the unknown cause us to defer or alter the deployment of capital. Indeed, we have usually made our best purchases when apprehension about some macro event was at its peak. Fear is the foe of the fattest, but the friend of the fundamentalist. Harken back to 2020 with the shutdowns and COVID. And then look at 2022 with the rate increases and the huge tech wreck. Good advice from Warren Buffett, and he backed those words up with a 33-fold gain. I'm Spencer McGowan, President, McGowan Group Wealth Management. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for tuning in today to Net Worth Media. We also have Apple Podcast. Simply type in Net Worth Radio and boom, it'll hit your phone right then. If you also go to NetWorthRadio.com on a browser, you're going to be able to meet the team. You can see our performance track record, the model portfolios that go with today's broadcast. Also at NetWorthRadio.com, the Longer Play podcast is available there as well. We're grateful that you've tuned in. Remember, when we talk about a security, it doesn't make it a recommendation for your portfolio until we actually complete a written plan for you by Zoom or in office or simply a conference call. So you reach us at networthradio.com if you want to get that arranged. Market fluctuations and how to handle them. We build high cash flow portfolios, and past performance doesn't guarantee future results, so you do have to be ready for challenging markets. We can build more cash flow during challenging markets than we can when everybody's happy and everything's up, which is when we tend to raise tactical safety. Those allocation strategies are here at networthradio.com. Thank you for tuning in.